Okay, let's do this again. Man, I just did this old voiceover and my mic was messed up. Anyway, guys, so I took 2 trades today and I'm just gonna walk you guys through the thought process and how those trades turned out. We had, starting at 9:45, we had the market rejecting that lower open range break. We had a wick there, and so that was a no-go. We want clean breaks, guys, below those range lines. So price reversed back up, inverted that bearish fair value gap, created another one, and right here I'm looking for price to pull back into that second fair value gap, that bullish fair value gap, and just test that. At least go to the midpoint and test that. And test that. So had those cleaned up on the chart, and we're looking to see what happens here. We had a trend line, a nice trend line, and thinking about getting in after the trend line break, but guys, because that fair value gap wasn't really tested fully, I'm just waiting. We've got a couple tools that we can put to work. We've got the trend line break, we've got that fair value gap, but we're just waiting. Sometimes you just wait for a little more confluence. We also have the MACD turning bullish, so I'm really thinking of jumping in here before and not waiting for that upper open range break. And I'll do that, guys. If I'm waiting on the open range break and I see a nice setup within the range, I'll take my chances with it. I'll take my chances, and this was one of those opportunities. We got a nice pin bar, a nice rejection off that 20 MA. That's as clean as those pin bar gets, guys. So I jumped in right away. Move my stop to break even. And I'm just waiting for the break, because if we get a good decent break, and right here, guys, I notice that I'm trying to move my stop and it's failing. It looks like I'm having issues with NinjaTrader and I'm stuck in the trade. This happens way too often. I couldn't get out of the trade. I had to disconnect NinjaTrader and went back in. And by that time, the market was reversing, so I closed the trade for like $200. I wanted to close that trade at the top, guys. That was like a $600 trade. And technical difficulties happen in trading, guys. This is real life trading, and when these things happen, you have to be able to deal with them. You got to stay composed and try and get out of your position, hopefully with some money in hand. Luckily for me, I got out with 200, and as you saw, the market came past my entry, and I probably would have been stopped out here. So I got 200 on the first trade. A little bit unfortunate there, but we still have that open range in play. We had an initial break, but that was also a weak break. We wicked out, and so we're still waiting on a nice clean break to happen. Just kind of looking at the different possibilities here for price. And we got a strong candle. To the upside, and that's our break. And so I got my buy stop ready, and I just want to see what price is doing, and once it picks up, I jump in, guys. Jump in, and I move my target to like the midpoint of that resistance level. That's a resistance level on the 15-minute chart. And so, you know, I wanted to just do a quick scalp and take what I can get, because the price had already rejected multiple times pre-market from that level. So my thought process was, let's go to the midpoint and let's take some profits. And there it was, guys. That was like 400 plus the earlier 200. So I got out of the market with 650. And here you can see, guys, where that resistance level was. Price rejected multiple times pre-market, and so that's where I wanted to. I didn't want to put my target past that, you know, just for a quick scalp. So it worked out nice, and you know, I'm done for the day, guys. You know, I don't chase the market anymore. I don't, you know, go to the afternoon trying to find that perfect trade. I find I look for high quality setups between the open and say 11:30, 12, and that's where I try to pull from the market. All right, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.